Hello everyone and welcome to Bowls 360. Well, I did say earlier in the week that I would do a video on our state team announcements, but after a bit of research I found that the juniors still haven't been announced yet. So I'll wait until they come out and I'll do the open men's and women's, the over 60s men's and women's, and the junior boys and girls state squads when they come out. I'll do them all in one hit. You'll get a bit of a peek as to the opens teams when I do my rankings, which is what we'll focus today's video on. It'll be my Bowls 360 rankings, who's going to be the number one ranked player at the end of the season, and also the number one ranked player for this current season just gone, just purely the last 12 months. And I'll make a prediction on the Rosenthal medalist and the Connie Hicks Brooch medalist. That will be announced tonight at the Bowls Away dinner. I'm recording this afternoon, so a couple of hours to go, so I'll see how right I am. Let's have a look at the rankings for now. Alright, so the number one ranked player, according to my ranking system, is Warren Holt still. The last rankings video I did, he had over 100 points. You can see there, 92.5. He's still the number one ranked player. This is based over the last 3 seasons events. So Warren Holt still holds on to that number one title. Blake Nan has moved up in the second spot. He's in a rare vein of form. You can see over here, he's won the last 4 events that he's entered into. The Master Singles on the weekend, the Mixed Pairs the weekend before. He didn't enter into the Champion of Champion Singles, the State Triples and the Masters Pairs. So he is in some supreme form. He moves up to the number 2 spot from Daniel Chuela, who goes down to number 3, who also hasn't had a bad month or so. He won the State Triples. Justin Opie in 4, Matthew Mitchell in 5, Ben Leggett will end the year in 6th spot, Scotty Walker in 7th, Dave Goddard in 8th, Cole McElroy in 9th, and Clive Adams rounds out our top 10 for the season. So the ones marked in yellow there are our state players. I'll highlight them in a minute. But there are some, when you look at the scores, and whether you agree with my scoring system or not, you can look at this section here. These are all the last 12 months events, really. They are our current title holders for the year. So there are some people there that stand out a bit to me. In the top 20, there's only 5 in the state side. So some people I will mention briefly. Matty Mitchell, of course, he's always thereabouts. Has had a great year. Look at all those events that he's gone deep in. To get a score here, you just got to get out of your section and you get some scores. So I don't know if people compete in the events or not. I might start trying to track that just so that we can see who's entering and who isn't. But for now, all we can go on is if these people have entered and not got out of their sections. So Matt Mitchell, and someone here I think we should take a lot of notice of, and being a left-hander, a bit of a soft spot for Dave Goddard, but he's the highest ranked left-hander in that list. And also someone I think we should look out for. He's had a pretty good year, and also we'll go back to other years. He's also been thereabouts a lot. So there's someone who I think should be in the state squad at least next year. Someone to keep an eye on. Rolling down the list, Gav Faulkner's always been consistently thereabouts in events. Brad Ball seems to find a way to get deep. He's got the game style to go deep in events. Maybe he's someone to be looked at for the state squad. Miles Kemp, he won the state pairs, of course, and last year won the state triples, so he's had a couple of good events there. Don't know why there's a 0 there. Little old me stuck into the top 20. I wouldn't worry about me. Segan Pasalic is someone that has got a lot of notice around him, so I think he was in the state squad this year, so a few more good events from him, and that should see him push into the state side. Matt Whiteley, another young guy under 30 who probably, in my view, is a fellow teammate of mine and a good friend, but he probably should enter more events. He didn't even enter anything after the state singles, so he probably, if he wants to be considered, he needs to go in some things. We scroll down the list a bit more. I'm just highlighting really the lack of yellow here. The yellow are our state team representatives. Troy Kinane is someone who consistently does pretty well in the occasional event, but always shows up deep. And Lee Such is someone who's had a very good last month or so. If he can continue on that sort of form, my fellow media performer from the Bowls 360 show, from the Bowls show from a couple of years ago, but winner of the Champion of Champs, of course, and had a couple of good results in the recent stuff. So there's some names I think should probably be considered for our state squad at least going forward. What we'll do is we'll have a look at you can see the column here, the current, they're the scores that they've earned in the current 12-month period. Let's do a sort on that. And our number one performer for the year was obviously Blake Nairn. His last month, as we talked about, very, very good. So he's earned 50 points this year in the last 12 months. So he'll be our number one ranked player. Number two is Matty Mitchell, and three is Dave Goddard. We've talked about them. Daniel Torella is fourth. He's always going to be thereabouts in the top 5 or top 10. He always goes well in state events. And Ben Leggett rounds out our 5. So my tip, according to me, my tip for the Rosenthal medal tonight will be Blake. I think Matt Mitchell and Ben Leggett are his opponents. I did hear that the winner of the Masters singles was probably going to win the Rosenthal, so it was between Ben and Blake. I think Matt was just a bit behind them, but if you look at their results, they were all had very, very good years. So the winner of that was probably going to win the Rosenthal. It was Blake in the end, so he'll probably win tonight. And that's our top 5. And what I might do is sort by state representative. And so there are 12 state plays at the moment. And what I want to highlight is around selection. Now, what I'm saying, they're 12 very good bowlers, so that I'm not denigrating the quality of people that have been selected for our state side at all. But my selection policy is more around form, what they've done in the last 12 months to 18 months and how they're currently performing, and not necessarily on were they there last year, what's their potential going to be in a few years' time. I'd like to see our state side built around players that are in form, that are playing well at the moment, and it just doesn't look as though it's the case with this team. We go back to the list, we can see our bottom 6. They're our bottom 6 people, and that's what they've done in the last 12 months. So and every selector has a different way of selecting teams, don't they? And this is my own view, and I'm entitled to my opinion on how I would select the team. But certainly those 6, probably Jack and Ant, but certainly the bottom 4, I would be querying their selection into the state side this year purely based on form and not based on their ability at all. So they're 4 people that I would be looking to replace. I would have had other people who are more in form, and I talked about them earlier. But good luck to the 12 of them. I think they'll go all right. It's always a tough ask for WA to go over east and be competitive. It is in Tasmania, I think, this time round, so maybe the slower greens down in Tassie may suit us. Probably not. It's probably more going to suit the Victorians and the Tasmanians and potentially maybe the South Australians as well, but we probably need faster greens, and we're just not good enough, are we, to compete against Queensland or New South Wales. No matter how good our selection is, they're very hard to topple those sides. So let's look at the ladies. Alright, so these are our ladies' rankings at the end of the season based on the Bowls 360 rankings for the ladies. Number 1 is Lisa Featherby. She's unchanged from last time I did. I don't know what it was like last year, but in going ahead in future years I'll have the yearly ranking changes as well. But Lisa Featherby retains her number 1 spot. Chris Ace Watson will finish the year in 2nd. Christina Van Nierop, aka or Nay Christic, as we probably know her better as, finishes in 3rd. Helen Morse in 4th. Deb Saunders will finish the year in 5th. Lisa Smith in 6th. 7th is Lara Butler. 8th, Linda Warburton. 9th, Amanda Masters. And 10th will be Therese Hastings. So again, I've highlighted the in yellow the ladies' state team, and you can immediately see a difference there, can you, with the men's? There are 4, 8, 9 of the 12 feature in the top 20 for the year, and they've all got very good recent form, haven't they? We'll sort them in a minute by their current form, but I think it's a very good ladies' state team. But we'll talk about that in a minute. As to the Connie Hicks brooch, let's sort by current rankings. Alright, so our number 1 ranked lady for the last 12 months is Chris Ace Watson. Deb Saunders finishes a very close second on 37 points. Chrissy finishes third, Lisa Featherby in fourth, and Sian Smith will finish in fifth spot. She's not in the Open Ladies team, but she is in the over 60s team, Sian, so she's had a very good year. I'm actually not sure who's in line for the Connie Hicks, but I will be going for Chris Ace Watson based on my scoring system. Of course, the scoring system they have for the medal is the great unknown. We don't really know what algorithms they have for selecting their medal winners, but based on my voting scoring system, I would have Chris Ace there or Chris Ace Watson as the number one ranked player for the year. So she will be my selection for the Connie Hicks tonight. Alright, so this is our sorted rankings based on their state selection. There's 12 people there, as we can see, and their current 12-month form. Probably the bottom two there you would look at, and as a good friend of Sally, well, I hope I am anyway, maybe not after this, but she still earned 13 points for the year. So the one there is probably Shari, and we all know how good Shari is as a bowler, so probably not overly a surprise there. But to me, that is a very, very good 12 ladies, and I think they'll go very, very well over East. If they don't win it, I'm going to predict they might finish second. So that is a very, very good team, and a team that's in form. Look at all the events that they've gone deep in, all the winners there, which is what you want. This is how I would select a representative team anyway. You pick the people that are bowling in form at time of selection, and how they perform over East is anybody's guess, but all you can do is pick them at the time of selection. There's no more events, so we may as well pick it now, which they've done. They can then spend the next 4 months training together and gelling. Alright, so that'll be it for this video. When the juniors get announced, I'll do another video on our state team. I've touched on the Open men's ladies, but we'll talk about the over 60s and the juniors at that point in time. Until then, thank you everyone, and goodbye.